Hey, what's up, people? Man, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of racist people in Minnesota, dude. I'm really fed up with racist people in Minnesota, man. Autumn Glenn, let me tell you what they did, man. I renewed my lease, right? Got it on the 4th of May, signed it, sent it out, always put all rights reserved on my leases, right? So on 5/29, they sent me a response after they got my lease, right? After I sent them a letter, I'm pissed because they go up on the rent, for no reason because it's in the country. There's nothing out here but a gas station that's open from 5 a.m., closes at 8 p.m. Number the gas station. That's it. Everything else is open field. You got deer, you got skunk, you got squirrels, you got raccoons, you got those wild dogs, you hear them at night and stuff. Open field. The winds from 55 to 65 to 75 mile per hour winds. Only 2 days out of the year it's not windy over here. So, when it gets hot, it's like in the hundreds, close to the hundreds, real hot. Roast your car and stuff. You got to keep your windows cracked a little bit. There's nothing here. Nothing. It's open. It's God's land. There's no need for rent to be $8.50, $9.50, none of that. So I sent him a letter with my lease. He got it on the 9th. Got a receipt from the post office. Mailed it out on the 7th. Got it on 5/9/2024. Called on the 10th. 5/10/2024. Called. You get the lease? Oh, yeah, we got your lease. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. All right, no problem. Now I'm expecting to hear a response about the letter I sent with the lease. And so this son of a bitch retaliated against me. On the 29th, I get a letter. We're not renewing your lease. Why? Why are you not renewing the lease? I said, all right, fuck you then. But my lease is a contract. I already signed my lease. I don't give a fuck what you do. It's a contract, dude. Once I signed that thing and dated and had it notarized, it's signed, dated, it was delivered to you in your hands. That's a contract. I already agreed to the terms. That's a contract. I sent him a letter. I said, ever since you bought this place, you removed everything out of the apartments. When the garbage disposal broke down, you removed it, and you come up stating that you're not going to replace the garbage disposals. The laws in Minnesota says anything a landlord removes, they have to replace. Well, I don't like garbage disposals, but yet you got a garbage disposal in your house. That's what I put in the letter. Got a copy of it right here. Copy of the letter that I sent with my new lease. Signed, dated, and everything. Notarized and everything. And then you tell us the reason why you're going up on the rent is because your taxes went up. We're not responsible for your taxes. If you couldn't afford the taxes on the property, you shouldn't have bought the property. That's just what I said in my letter. Now they got this. 5/10/2024. 5/10/2024. They got this letter with my new lease. They wait till the 29th to say we're not going to renew your lease. You already had it in your hands. If you was never going to renew the lease, you shouldn't have never sent it. But guess what? Under the contract laws, you already got the lease. The lease was signed and certified. You got the lease. So now you're retaliating against me and got the audacity to say, well, you don't want no vets and no disabled people here. Wait a minute. Then you tell the state of Minnesota, which they're assholes, you tell the state of Minnesota that you take over property to save for affordable living for senior citizens and disabled vets, but the ones that are already there, you kick out. And not one senior citizen is moved in. Not one vet is moved in. I'm the only brown motherfucking person that lives here. As they say black, I'm the only black person that lives in this little fucking town. Never had no problems with my neighbor. They're the sweetest people I ever met. Never gave Amberfield problems. So these motherfuckers, let me tell you how dirty Adams is. Adam and his mother is. Okay? From Autumn Glen. These motherfuckers, when this apartment complex in Hutchinson, Minnesota, contacted them about how is my rental history. My rental history is the one best fucking thing out there. Best rental history in the world. Never late on nothing. Never. This motherfucker tells the lady, because I've been fighting with her, send me a copy of what they sent you. So now the attorney got involved, and the attorney sending them a letter. We want this copy now, not when you decide to, and all of his information back, you know? And so Country Club Apartments in Hutchinson, lady calls me today and says, well, I've been waiting and waiting. They sent me an email saying they sending me the result, one result, why they didn't refuse my rent. They say that Adams defamation charactered me. Never paid rent on time. Always late. Listen carefully. Rent's always late, never paid on time, and violated my contract, my lease agreement. All right, so in federal court, they got to prove this now. This is a document that we signed back on 2/12/2023, where they automatically take out the rent. See that? Automatically take out the rent. Automatically take out the rent. So we going over my bank statements. Yeah, this rent is paid every month on the 5th, taken out every month on the 5th, taken out every month on the 5th. July rent is now in an escrow. Because you lied. You committed perjury. You blackballed me from renting from this other place. Maliciously. Deliberately. Intentionally. Retaliation. Hate. Discrimination against me. Then they tell the other place the same fucking thing. Three places they tell the same fucking thing to. Rent comes out automatically. Nowadays, everybody know when you pay your rent, you sign it up with their companies, they take it out every month automatically. So it's impossible for your rent not to be taken out. Impossible. Impossible. So, here I go again, in court with these motherfucking racist white motherfuckers in Minnesota. If it was up to me, I'll just blow up Minnesota. Because they got some racist motherfuckers out here, man. They got some racist, hate, retaliation motherfuckers in the state of Minnesota, man. Some of these motherfuckers should not even be allowed to live. You know? You know what this is? You see what that says from Minnesota Revenue? See what that is? 2023 classification of rent paid. You see that, right? You see that, right? So how you going to say rent was never paid? How you going to lie and discriminate against me with hate, retaliation, when the rent's paid every month? You got one person here left. He's a white guy, real nice guy. He lost his feet from his job. All they do is surgery on him, right? And he's in the back. We talk every day. He smokes out on his balcony, no problem. No problem. I don't smoke in the house. Never did, never will. When I first met them is when they was putting the locks on and his mother was with him. First met her, and she tried to come in with a cigarette. I said, man, please don't come in my place with a cigarette. Go, there's an ashtray right there. I got an ashtray at the door. You know, one of them stand ashtrays. That's why I always put my light out at, you know. I pick off the light off my cigarette when I'm coming in the door, right there. You know, put my cigarette butts in my ashtray, go outside and always smoke. Sit in my car, mind my business. I don't fuck with nobody. Don't fuck with nobody. I've never violated no lease in my life. I never once ever passed a payment on any fucking thing in my life. I got the best 1,000% good credit history of rent paid. And this motherfucker lied and retaliated against me because I asked him straight out. I told him straight out, if you couldn't afford the taxes on the property, you shouldn't have bought the property. But these motherfuckers lied to the state of Minnesota, License Bureau. See, none of them motherfuckers asked the question, are there any right now veterans or senior citizens living there right now before you took over the property? And are they still going to live there? Because you know what? I said, and I'll say it again. These motherfuckers are corrupt. They are fucking corrupt. They need to be put to death. Every motherfucking racist, corrupt bastard needs to be put to death. Period. But this motherfuckers, him and his mother, sent that information to these three different places. Now the attorneys will get involved. And the attorneys tell one place, hold on, let me grab my phone. So, attorney calls up today at Country Club Management in Minnesota, in Hutchinson. And I asked the lady straight out, we need a copy of everything that they sent you. Fuck all this shit. I need it. Y'all said y'all was going to send it to me. Send me a copy of it, okay? Now, this was today at 3:35 p.m., all right? And she said, well, yeah, they turned around and said that you was always late on rent. Now, this lady is so fucking rude. Don't give you a chance to talk. She said, will you stop yelling at me? Bitch, I'm not yelling at you. I'm not fucking yelling at you. So don't fucking accuse me of yelling at you. Yeah, the bitch keeps saying, stop yelling. Bitch, I'm not yelling at you. I'm telling you straight out, I'm not yelling at you. If you think I'm yelling at you, then hang the fuck up. You know? But I'm not yelling at you. I'm telling you, they fucking lied. But I don't think so. Then you're a stupid bitch. Because the only way, if I was never paid rent on time, how the fuck I got attorney revenue paper for rent paid? How come on my bank statement it says every month on the 5th of the month the rent is taken out? Then you tell them that at Country Club Manor Apartments in Hutchinson, Minnesota. Then you tell the lady that I violated the lease. Let me tell you one motherfucking thing, Adam and your mother. I'm going to sue the fuck out of y'all for retaliation, violation of the ADA Act, discrimination, and defamation of character. I'm coming after y'all with a lawsuit. You see, Autumn Glenn in Minnesota buys these properties, tells the state, well, we're going to make them into senior living. But senior living people are already there, so they kick them out. And then there ain't nobody senior living there. There ain't no control rent there or nothing. Man, the feds should be locking these motherfuckers up. Take his mama's fucking license away for her mortgage license away, her real estate license away. They need to take that away from her. They just got finished getting sued in a place called Cool Rapids, Minnesota for millions of dollars at a nursing home where they was treating those old people like shit. Like shit. Hey, don't get me wrong. The people that I seen where their mothers were here and their dads that passed away, as soon as they left here, they went into a nursing home and they died. But their own kids didn't give a fuck about them here. They only saw them maybe on the holidays, if that. So don't get me wrong, them motherfuckers are no good too. Some of these people in Minnesota that has mother and fathers in nursing homes are no fucking good. Because if you can't take care of your mother and your own mother and your own father, you ain't shit. By putting them in nursing homes. You ain't shit. Like the guy in the back, his daughter works for some company, right? She don't have time or room to let her own father move in with her. But she has a big ass house, 4-bedroom house. Then you got the old lady that passed away in number 4. Her family never came down here, maybe once a year. And as soon as she went to her old folks' home, she passed away. Then you got the other guy that passed away in 2020. Real nice old man. He was a vet from Vietnam War. He was in all the way down at the end, and he died 2 days before Thanksgiving in 2020. And we used to talk a lot. Nice old guy, man. You know, and his daughter lives somewhere in not too far from Gibbons. And she was like in her 30s, but she never had time to come see her dad. Never once had time to come see her dad. They're all too busy. Some fucking daughters, some fucking kids you got. Yeah, they racist in Minnesota, man. You can't tell me no more. You can't tell me no. See, what's so ironic is how this motherfucker lied. You get a government Department of Revenue classification of rent paid, and you tell these motherfuckers rent wasn't paid. Ain't that amazing? Then you turn around and you tell these motherfuckers you definitely discriminated against me and committed not just perjury on a legal document, okay, but you turned around and you defamed my character. You lied on me by telling these people defamation of character, by telling these people that I have broke the lease so many times. Let me tell you motherfuckers something, Adams, and your mother. In court, I got the right to cross-examine all the accusers that accuse me of a crime and accuse me of this and that. I got cameras in here. Cameras in the apartment. I seen when your people came in to fix the light that went out, and they stepped on my table, they broke the glass and everything instead of bringing a ladder. I got all that on video. All of that. So, you're going to have to come up with a better excuse than that, lying on me like that, because I'm coming after you with every fucking law that Minnesota grants me to protect me against your corruptness, Adam, and your mother. for Autumn Glenn. I'm going to sue you big time. I want your license. Y'all shouldn't be able to run no property in the state of Minnesota. You are racist, lying, conniving, corrupt motherfuckers. That's what you is. That's what you are. You should have got the letter already from the attorneys that the rent is in escrow with the federal courts in St. Paul, Minnesota. We ain't going to state courts because you violated federal laws. And the attorneys know this. You violated federal law. And you see what's so funny is you got to explain to a judge. Wait a minute. You had the man's lease in 510. Why did you wait so long to tell the man you're not renewing his lease? Then you tell these other places where he's trying to rent, don't rent to me because I'm a bad tenant. When his rent is taken out every month. Every month on the 5th. Every month his rent is paid. So how is he a bad tenant? But you tell them rent is always late. How is that possible? Oh man, the judge is gonna fry you and your mother's ass on. Oh yeah, your asses are gonna get fried in court by the judge. The judge is gonna hold you because the judge got to go by what the law says in the state of Minnesota. By January 1st, 2024, landlords cannot evict a tenant. You have to have legal reasons to evict a tenant. You have no legal reasons. You turned around and what you did was retaliation because the letter that was filed and the attorneys got the letter. The attorneys got everything. When I signed my lease, had it notarized with the letter that was sent with the lease. Attorneys got all of that. They got all that. They got all that. And you told these fuckers, don't rent from me because I'm a bad tenant. Motherfucker, let me tell you something, man. You're going to pay out of your pocket now. I'm going to make sure that Autumn Glenn is put out of business in the state of Minnesota. Because the governor should not even allow y'all to own any business in the state of Minnesota with your racism, your retaliation, your discrimination, your blackball people from trying to rent other places, you lie on people. Yeah, you's a crook, motherfucker. You a motherfucking crook with your racist ass. You a fucking crook. You and your stupid ass mother. You a fucking crook. You got mad at me because I asked the woman, don't come to my place smoking a cigarette. I only caught your office 4 times. No heat. The hot water heater kept going out every time y'all replaced them. Then y'all put 2 in there and they blew up. Not once did no motherfucking housing inspector came to inspect this place because they would fine your asses real big time. Not once. Then UPS guy hits the garage. Then when the garage door flew off with all of the winds, when you open the garage door flew off. Not only mine, but the other guy in the back, his garage door flew off too. You know. Then when the light went out in the kitchen and that motherfucker stood on my table, broke my glass, knocked shit on the floor, busted up the light switch where you get shocked every time you touch the motherfucker. Yeah. Inspector needs to come by here and I'll be calling them, you know, because that's my constitutional right. That's my constitutional right. You're a dog, Adam. You're a dog. I want your license. That's what I want. I want Minnesota to ban you and your mother forever owning property in the state of Minnesota because you are so fucking corrupt. You're corrupt with the Minnesota tax government. You didn't want to give us. We have to argue and complain about the renter's application because in your letter you stated you do not do that. But that's the state law of the state of Minnesota. That's Minnesota law. But you don't give a fuck about tenants' rights. You lie on tenants to stop them from renting somewhere else. You a fucking dog, man. You a dog. Peace out, people. I gotta go take a shit.